Shimano has just unveiled a huge redesign of their classic SPD cleats. So on the traditional ones, you put your toe in first and then you stamp down to clip in. This new version has multiple entry points. So you can go in toe first, you can go back of the foot first, or you can just stamp down. Essentially like a speed play. No?
I think a speed play, you technically have to go
Only
over
stamp
the
down.
top. You have to stamp down.
That's true. Like a speed play plus more things. The new Cleat is backwards compatible with their existing 2-bolt SPD pedal and shoe systems too.
Yes. That last bit was what I was worried about. I was like, when I saw that, I'm like, why are you trying to fix the best pedal system ever in the world? Like, just leave it. It's not broken. But if it's just a Cleat, it's optional. Maybe it will turn out to be crap. And then we won't have to use it because the old ones will still exist.
Yeah, this is it.
It looks the same as well, doesn't it?
It does look the same. Yeah, I was trying to work out
how are they going to market their code? It just looks like a Cleat.
Yeah. But I think, so their applications, they're saying mountain bike, enduro, gravel, cyclocross, basically technical off-road terrain gives you more versatility, I guess, and also new riders. And listen, if you are a new rider or if you're any kind of rider, you don't have to use clipless pedals if you don't want to. However, I think actually just their normal version of the pedal is a great entry point into clipless. And I think that it sounds like this would be even better again.
Do you know why it's a good entry point?
Multiple entry points.
Because it has multiple entry points. Yeah. Even the old one had 2 entry points because it's both sides of the pedal.
Exactly.
That's half the reason why it's better than the road one, isn't it?
100%. And it's the reason why for a long time I also rode speed play. And now I'm not riding any road cleats and I'm just using the SPDs. As are all of us. Is that right?
You got some road shoes.
Yeah.
Like I do as well. Like, they're just there.
I think on this topic, we've completed the whole bell curve. I think we probably all started off at the beginning on those off-road shoes and pedals. We then all went into
Cycling is life.
Cycling is life,
Yeah.
road for
What's
road,
a life? Yeah.
off-road for off-road. And now we've kind of come back down and gone, look, if I have one pair of shoes and one pair of pedals and everything, it just is more practical and easier. And it's interesting. I noticed someone commented on your first look of the Ridley saying, why are you wearing off-road shoes on a race bike? And last night at the event we're not allowed to talk about, we were the only ones who had the off-road shoes and pedals. And everyone else there had road shoes and we had to change the pedals.
To be fair, I would have used road shoes in our event, but I was in the middle of us and I knew you lot were using SPDs and I just couldn't be bothered changing them. So I just used my SPDs. I do like a road shoe though. There's something about them which is more...
Sorry, I just got to the end of my drink. I'm trying to slurp off camera. Done. Sorry.
But I only use them on my very road special occasion bike when I know I'm going out on a very road ride, which is about 5 times a year.
And it's never when we're filming one of these.
No.
Because what people don't see is that there's a lot of stopping and walking around and finding locations and then trying to balance a bike, and there's just things.
Yeah,
you got to be on your feet walking around.
We fully transitioned to basically exclusively SPDs for work probably this summer. Because even last year we were still using road pedals, and it's just easier using SPDs for what we do. And then you kind of get to the point where you go, well, they do just make sense. And you've always used them. You know, if you were doing a bikepacking trip, you would always use an SPD rather than a road because it just makes more sense. You're always walking around and doing stuff.
Well, I was doing things like finish a bikepacking trip in a place and I'd be there for a few weeks and then I'd take all the stuff off and I'd just have a road bike and do normal road rides with, fast rides. And I'd have those SPDs and I was like, this doesn't really slow me down noticeably. And they're way more practical. And they make, because of gravel, shoes that look less mountain bikey. So
I've actually just got a pair of Bont's off-road gravel shoe, and it is so astronomically stiff that it legitimately feels like a road shoe. And that is something I have not experienced before, because a lot of I think that's probably the issue that a lot of like roadies have with SPDs is that it feels like a softer, more flexible shoe.
Sloppy shoe.
Yes, it feels sloppy when you're riding it. But there's definitely premium off-road shoes now.
Yeah.
That are like, well, they're like race shoes, but they're SPDs.
Because it's a much smaller cleat, the stiffness of the sole matters more. So it has to be a really stiff sole if you don't want it to flex around the cleat.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
What, the flex?
Well,
if I have any flex in my shoe, I end up with sore feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, uncomfortable. I really don't like it.
Ride with less power.
Impossible.
Soft pedal everything.
Possible.
Well, I think we're going to get a set and we're going to have a little play around with them. So I'm sure at some point in the next month or two, we'll drop a video on one of our channels with some info on it.
Bella needs a wee, so let's stop
Intermission.
for a second.
Bella's been running around like a nutter.
Come on then, kid.